Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be talking about stress, something that has really bothered me, probably more in my work and career more than anything. But I believe stress, whether it's in our personal lives or relationships or our careers, stress can really plague us. It can be unhealthy for us for a number of ways, whether it's cardiovascular, immune system deficiencies. But I believe that there is a number one way that is, well, it's been working for me really, really well. So I wanted to come on here and I want to talk about it, how I've been able to reduce my stress, specifically within my career. And hopefully you can use it for all facets of your life. Enjoy the morning show. This one's all about stress. Let's have a good one. Cheers, folks. Good morning, everyone. This morning in the classroom, we're going to be talking about stress. So let's go ahead and get that on the board. That is our main idea for today. We want to reduce it, really, at all costs. There's a number of reasons why we'd want to reduce it. Let's kind of go over just a few reasons why we might want to reduce stress. So maybe we can start over here with like a health perspective. Health. How's everyone doing this morning? We're kind of thinking maybe you're getting your cup of coffee. We're getting ready for the morning. But one of our small goals today, just a small win, is we just want to raise awareness to when we get stressed out. And then how are some strategies and some ways? But just so for some incentives, I always like reasons for why I want to reduce stress. I would say number one would be our physical health. In the introduction, we talked a little bit about how whether it's cardiovascular or it's immune system deficiencies, there can be even like from like mentally, from anxiety, depression, and just cognitive impairment when we're making choices throughout the day. Have you ever tried to make a big decision when you're stressed out? Anxiety starts to just explode and flood everywhere, and I just feel so riled up. I can't make a decision. I feel almost frozen, but my heart's beating 100 miles an hour. So the first one is for our health is our physical health, is why we want to reduce our stress. Good morning, everyone. So for our health reasons, the first one is physical health. Get a lot of benefits from reducing our stress. I would say the next one up on the list would be mental health. Mental health. How many people do you know that are happy and stressed out? How many? I know for me, usually the two don't have overlap too often. So just raising awareness to this. And if we want to be one of the craziest things about mental health, it's with you wherever you go. Your ability to be present, your ability to be focused, give attention, love, these amazing gifts that we want to give to the world. Mental health plays such a vital role in this. And I believe reducing stress is a key to that. So the next one would be mental health. Mental health. Yesterday, we talked about sleep. And getting deep sleep can be a superpower. Getting good deep sleep can be a superpower for people to be healthier, to be happier, and to be able to live the lives that we want. So if we want to reduce our stress, I believe these are just some carrots, some extra carrots that we want to give. I think just avoiding this stuff can just make it a hell of a lot easier. So if our stress gets too out of control, our physical health, our mental health, and our sleep can go out of whack. All right, I get it, Tanner. These are the nuggets that we want to avoid, and that's why reducing the stress is so important. What is the number one way to reduce stress? What is the number one way to reduce stress? And he doesn't play for this team anymore, but I think it can be wrapped up. And at least this is what's been working really well for me. Make sure I got the right one over there. Share screen. Good morning, everyone. So the number one way for me has been just preparation. Good old preparation. The separation comes from the preparation. Russell Wilson, he's bounced around to a couple different teams. But when in his heyday, he was Super Bowl champion and many other things with accolades. But either way, I just love this quote and I've been applying it to my life. I've been really trying to think of when are the times that I'm the most stressed? When I'm not prepared. I am the most stressed when I realize, holy crap, I have a podcast recording in 30 minutes and I don't have my stuff ready, or holy crap, I'm late to this, I'm late to that. Oh my gosh, I got to cancel on this person. I have to do this. So much of my stress has come from a lack of preparation. Every time I have been deeply, deeply prepared, I forget, I'm way more forgiving. I'm way more empathetic. I'm way more excited. I'm way happier. I feel more joy. There's something about this that I think has really made a huge impact on me recently. So I wanted to come on here and I want to share it with you. What is it that you can prepare for a little bit better today? What is it that you are stressed out about that you need to just knock out of the way? Let me get out this little graphic out there. Separation comes from the preparation. Okay. All right. So preparation. Okay. So we just want to prepare. We want to prepare better. And I think this can really help our stress. So what have you, maybe a couple questions that we can ask is, what have you been putting off? Been putting off. What have you been putting off lately? I like to, whenever I'm getting a little stressed out, it feels like I've been putting something off. Maybe I've been putting off my sales. Maybe I've been putting off my marketing. What are the things that I've been putting off that are causing me this stress? This is the stuff that we want to avoid. But I believe when it comes to, so maybe you think back to your school days. Maybe you went to college or you're taking tests in high school, or maybe you're still in school today. You want to take another class, you're working with a coach or something, but you have an assignment due. You have something due and you've been putting it off. How does your stress levels go? When you've been putting something off, when you've been procrastinating, and this can go from schoolwork to working out and gaining weight, but when we put off the things that we know we want and need to do, we know when we want and need to do, it's going to increase our stress. Or at least this is how it's been working for me. And it's really made a huge impact on my physical health, mental health, and my sleep as of late by just tackling this stuff out. Or another option is to just give ourselves a little grace on the timelines that we want to complete things. I know personally in the past, I would be like, all right, I got to make 20 grand this month and I have to do it this and I have to get these number of clients and I got to meet this deadline. And it's like, whoa. How about one step forward, 2 steps forward before we get there? And I think biting off a little too much for me has caused myself a lot of stress, and setting myself up for success, making continuous progress, but really addressing the things, what have I been putting off lately? And making a list of things and really just give myself some grace to just do one of these things today. Make a little bit of progress today. Have a little bit of more preparation. I believe this can be a key in the workplace for us to reduce our stress. So this one's been huge for me, is just the preparation side of things, preparing better for the podcast, preparing better for meeting my clients, preparing better for sales proposals, preparing better for my trips and vacations, like even this stuff. I think when we put things off and we procrastinate, it just builds up the stress. And once the stress gets built, our physical health is all wild and wacky. Our mental health gets crazy and our sleep suffers. And then we talked about the power of compounding on here, both in personal development, financial, how it can take us to the moon, but in a negative sense, compounding in the wrong way, say too much stress, it can compound in all these nasty, horrible things. So we just want to raise awareness to it, give ourselves a little grace. Something that we can do in between is, and we'll talk about some other activities, some side ones that we can do along the way, such as breathing and meditation. But asking yourself this question, what have you been putting off lately? What have you been putting off? And what is one step that you could take today? What is one step that you could take to prepare yourself a little bit, to get yourself ready for that next interview, get yourself ready for that next sales meeting, and be a little more prepared so we can breathe. Just a couple breaths this morning, folks. Breathing with me. Come on now. Take a nice deep inhale and let it all out. Never forget that breathing out is always a free opportunity, a low-cost way to let go. Letting go of the stress with a couple breaths, but doing this through preparation and understanding what have we been putting off. Another question that I really like this morning that I want to get up on the board is, what conversations do you need to have? What conversations do you need to have? What conversations do you need to have? Have you been putting off a conversation? Was it signing up and registering for school? Is it a conversation with a partner, someone you have a relationship with who's been causing you a lot of stress? Maybe a boyfriend, a girlfriend, someone who you need to talk to them about something. Or maybe even it's a family member or a friend, someone who you really need to be talking to. But these two have been the most powerful for me, so that's why I highlighted them. But there's also, you can kind of expand on these thoughts on just like what you're putting off and who do you need to talk to. I think it's incredible how much stress I've really reduced in my general life and my going through my days is through the preparation, making a list of the things I've been putting off. Just make a list of the things we've been putting off and taking one action step towards that today. Nothing feels better than action, baby. And the second question is, what convos do you need to have? Usually there's a conversation. I know I have one with a tenant I have for one of my real estates. He's been messy. The dude's got to go. We're moving on to something else. We're also going to be selling that property. So I need to just have this conversation and just get this weight off of my chest. There's something crazy about energy. It just it can get bottled up and it can just really weigh us down, and it can just drive our health to nuts, and it just drive our stress way up. So be careful of this. But before we get out of here today, I did want to talk about a few just other activities that maybe some helpful ones that can make us feel a little bit better. Okay, you're thinking, okay, Tanner, I've done the work. I understand. I've gained some awareness on my stress. I see the health consequences of it. I've asked my questions of what I've been putting off and the convos I need to have, but I'm still feeling a little anxious. I'm still feeling a little riled up. So I think just some activities, some pro bonos activities that we can do. The first one would be breathing meditation. This one we're going to talk about until the cows come home, because quality breathing is not involuntary. Quality breathing is not involuntary, and we need to take the time. These are the push-ups of the mind. If you want your mental health to improve, if you want your physical health and your sleep to improve, there's something just so beautiful about just taking in one more breath with me, folks, this morning. Good morning, everyone. Take a nice deep breath in through the nose. Exhaling out. If the goal is to relax and you want to reduce your stress, I highly encourage extending the exhale of the breath, getting it all out. Breathing out is always a free opportunity to let go. So we need to remember that, folks, as we're rocking through. So the first activity that we can do is always breathing and meditation. That one I don't do all the time. I don't do every single day. I don't do every hour, but as much as possible, right? So just coming back to it, reminding ourselves, we all need reminders. My memory is absolute garbage. So just reminders help me a lot. All right, the next one up would be, of course, exercise. Exercise, this one is always great for reducing stress. What exercise routines have you been working on as of late? Getting that body moving. This one I like is just like some hobbies. We had an idea on here the other day on this show was do something you love for 1 hour a day. Something you love 1 hour a day. Is it a life worth living if we can't at least do something we love for an hour a day? So just having these hobbies down, I think, are absolutely beautiful. So hobbies, having some type of hobbies down. Essentially, also we wanted on here was just time management. So time management. Just taking the time management. Running out of room, folks. We've got so much good stuff on the board this morning. Good morning, everyone. So if we want to reduce our stress, this activity ties towards my personal number one. My number one might be a little different than yours. Everyone's in different situations, different chapters, and that's why we try to not judge people. Yes, that person might be being an idiot right now, but everyone's at a different stage and a different chapter, so we give them the grace and the compassion in the moment. But for me, time management and preparation, man. The separation is in the preparation. And nailing this has been my greatest stress reducer. These are some other activities that we can do, such as falling in love with our hobbies, just planning our time a little bit better so we're not scrambling around. And there's nothing that's going to drive stress up the wall, like being late, being unorganized, and things are just too chaotic. Of course, our stress is going to rise, and it's going to eat away at a lot of our health, our physical, our mental, and our sleep, which are just crucial for us to continue to keep growing as individuals and stay consistent with this idea of preparation. So awesome, folks. Quick little review. Remember, don't forget these questions this morning of maybe making a list of the things that you've been putting off as of late and addressing. Maybe it's organizing the house, maybe it's reaching out to somebody, or first off, the things we've been putting off, we just want to address them, get that weight off of our chest, get that weight out of our chest, out of our hearts, so we have more space for love and attention that matters most. And secondly, what conversations do we need to have? Maybe we've been wanting to talk to somebody about something for a while, and we need to just get that weight out of us, get that bad juju energy out of us so we can really breathe. We can breathe in. Another time with me, folks, this morning, taking a nice breath in. Breathing in a little bit. Extend on the exhale to really reduce that stress. But these were some activities along the way, some questions, some ideas, a number one stress reducer for me, and then also some health benefits along the way. So this was my number one way to reduce stress. I really hope this was helpful for you all, folks. As always, if you really enjoyed this episode, if you got a good benefit out of it, it would mean the world to me for you to give the video a like and possibly share it on your own favorite social media, as we're trying to give a zero, low-cost way to other individuals to help improve their lives as well. Thanks, friends. Your morning motivator and coach along the way, T-Dog, and we'll be back here live with another episode, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time tomorrow morning, as we go over more tips, tricks, and ideas to help you become the best version of yourself. Thanks so much, guys. In case you need to hear it, I love you. You're a badass. You got this. Let's make that list of something we're putting off, and let's take charge and take a little action today. Just a little bit can go a long way. A few steps. I mean, a journey of 1,000 miles starts with a single step, right, folks? So not to be too corny, but I got to peace out. I got a couple coaching sessions here pretty quickly, so I got to run off. If you would love to work with me, my website is in the link below, and we always do the first couple weeks of my class for free to see if you're a good fit or I'm a good fit for you, right? So cheers to that, folks. Love you all. Link in the description, and I will be talking to you tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time, with another episode of the Talk Tanner Morning Show. Cheers, friends. Peace out.